I literally could talk to you for hours. Like, I know we've only got like 15 minutes, but I just want to talk to you for ages. Okay, we're ready to go. Okay, Cian Ducrot. We last spoke at the very start of 2023 and it was via Zoom. Since then, your debut album, Victory, has gone to #1 debut album in the UK and Ireland. Huge congratulations on that. That was incredible. I saw a video. Did you find out on the plane and the air hostess made an announcement?
Yeah, because we basically had this plane journey to Cornwall and we were playing a festival, Boardmasters, and I knew that the information would be found out while we were in the sky, and that once we would be like landing, that's when we would know. And I was just so nervous for the whole flight. I was just like really like, I don't know, it was just one of those things. It was so close, it was so terrifying to find out. And we then, as we were touching down, somebody called from the label and she was crying and I was like, oh, this is terrible news, don't be crying. And then she was just like, we did it. And I was like, what? And we just like exploded. So then obviously everyone was like, and we were going to Boardmaster, so pretty much most of the people on the flight were like flying to that festival anyway. So yeah, the air hostess was like asking us what was going on and I was basically like crying, so I didn't say much. But yeah, so she announced it on the flight, which was quite cool. And then it was just like really special. It was a crazy moment. I think it was one of those first moments where you do something and it like actually hits you and you actually feel it, you know, because you always dream of doing these things, different things in your life and your career. And I suppose once you get there, sometimes it's been such a long time coming that you don't really know how to react, or the reaction isn't like, but this was one that like was so crazy to me. I kind of didn't expect it to happen. So that's why I was like, I just like was so shocked.
Starstruck
by
yourself?
Yeah, I was just like really starstruck by myself. I really felt it. Like I was like, wow, it felt amazing. So
yeah, for your work to be recognised. #1 debut album in the UK and Ireland. It's absolutely humongous. Huge congratulations again. Since then, you have also been touring worldwide. You have had your biggest headline shows, your biggest festival shows, and your very first own stadium show. How has the summer been in 3 words? Can you sum it up?
Mental, yeah. Mental and magical and crazy. Yeah, it's just so special. The best way to describe it is like one time I was back home at Christmas and I was shopping for groceries for my mom and I was just in like an M&S.
As you do.
And as you do. And it's one of those things that like some people are obviously really lovely and they'll, you know, come up and ask you for a photo or like say nice things. But there was a girl who walked behind me with her mom and she sort of pointed at me as if I was like the Eiffel Tower and she was like, and that's Cian Ducrot. And it was like, and I was like, I'm not just like a thing that like, you know, so it kind of almost felt like that when you're playing the show. You're like, not sure why everyone's here. Maybe it's because like now especially at home, it's like if you become sort of a name of some sort, then it's like people just go to like see what it's all about.
Yeah.
So it kind of felt like that, but it then didn't feel like that. It felt really special and beautiful. But it's like, I guess it's that like imposter syndrome. Like once you've achieved something, you then look for any excuse to be like, yeah, but why? You know?
Well, you've got to get used to it because things are going absolutely incredible for you. You've also been writing and releasing lots and lots more music. Your recent singles, Here It Is and Falling to Pieces, have blown up online. My personal favourite, Something I Can't Afford.
Thank you.
The video with your girlfriend's reaction honestly made me cry. Like I've watched it a few times and every time I've got tears down my cheeks. It's absolutely beautiful. And before we get into your latest song, Can't Even Hate You, only out last week, where are you getting a lot of your inspiration from at the minute?
I think like, well, the music that's come out now in the last few months has sort of just been stuff that I put out, which has been sort of part of just the process of writing this next album and like the journey. And I think I probably started writing it in February and I'm still writing it now. And the goal was to like write, I think like 100 songs and then hopefully just pick the ones that I love the most and that were the best.
You've just dropped a bomb. There's another album coming.
There's going to be another album coming at some point, obviously. Woo! There it is. I think the second album is the scary one that everyone's like, and I think some people have a really, really hard time with it. It's kind of like one of those things that you have to try and figure out, how do I do this and just forget about like the pressure of making it successful. I think like a quote that really helped me on the journey was, you can basically screw yourself twice. And he was saying like, if you don't make the music you want to make, So like if you get distracted and you lose your way, which we all do, and you start, making maybe something that someone else is making, or making what works, or making what you think people need you to make. And then you can do that and like be so determined to do that, which is what most people do. And it's the easiest thing to sort of end up doing. But then you can put that out, it cannot be successful. And then you've screwed yourself twice because you haven't done what you want and it's not successful. So he was like, you might as well just do what you want. Because at least then if it's not successful, you've only screwed yourself once. And I was like, that's it. Like that's kind of, you just have to like let go of that fear. And so I kind of just started thinking like, what kind of music would I make if no one was listening? Like if it was just for me, sometimes I would just take the pressure off and I would go in and I'd be in the studio and I was just like, I'm just going to make whatever today and I'm just going to have fun and we're just going to like see where it goes. And instead of like judging the song or judging myself and being like, I'm not sure if I can sing something like that. I'm not sure if I can do that style. I'm not sure. I would just do whatever came naturally. So that kind of made me realize and sort of became the journey where I started going like, I'm just going to start making the stuff that I want to listen to. And I just have to like not care about what other people think or other people want from me and just have to write and make music as if there's no one else in the world. And it was just going to be, I'm doing this because it's fun. I'm having a great time making the music and then I get to listen to it and enjoy it. And I think it's the first time really that I've had that approach.
I love that. You're writing for you.
It's a very long answer.
No, that was perfect. No, it makes so much sense that you're writing for you now and what you want to say, things that are important to you, which leads us amazingly into your latest single out last week, Can't Even Hate You. It is incredibly raw and personal and honest, and I think it's so brave of you to write about something, a trauma sensitive that you went through, and it's very brave of you to put it out there and share it with us. What does the song mean to you and how have the fans received it?
Yeah, thank you, first of all. I think there's always going to be these songs throughout my life and maybe career and the albums that I make that go into that like really deep personal place or that touch on some of the stuff that I've been through in my life. And those songs are super important to me. And I think it's really important to kind of go to those places and to also write from what I know. And I think to give purpose to those experiences and to sort of make them, first of all, turn it into something good and turn it into something that helps people, Even when I was a kid and just growing up as a teenager, no matter like what I was going through, I always kind of just had this weird belief that I would have a career as a musician and as a songwriter. And so I just kind of said to myself, well, at least I can turn this into something good one day and like use it to help other people. So yeah, to have this new song out and then to be able to open up even more. And I made a video about it where I just wanted to remove any sort of like wall between myself and the listener and to just talk like as openly as I could about it because it's something that I don't talk about a lot. It's obviously something that's like can be sensitive for other people or can be like just awkward to talk about. I don't want to be like a hypocrite and say like guys should talk about their feelings and guys should be more open and then not do it. I think the moment that really made me realize I needed to open up about it more, I went into the crowd to watch Ray because my girlfriend is such a huge Ray fan and I am as well, but usually I wouldn't go stand in the middle of a crowd at Electric Picnic. And Ray has a song that she has written about sexual assault and I just stood there and I had like my hood up and I'm sure people were like, why is Cian Ducrot standing in the middle of the crowd like bawling his eyes out? But I was like crying so much because it was really like hit me and I just like admired her honesty and her openness about it. But it also made me realize that like I've never once in my life heard a guy talk about that. I
haven't either, I don't think. And
yeah, it's so rare that people talk about it, but I feel it's common that it happens.
And it makes us as fans respect you and love you so much more for being so brave to come out about something like that because we get to know you, we feel the emotions with you and through your voice. So it's an incredible brand new single, Can't Even Hate You. It's out right now. I thought we would finish off the interview doing something which I'm going to call Cian's Cools because of course it's Cool FM.
Cian's Cools.
Yes, I literally could talk to you for hours. Like I know we've only got like 15 minutes, but I just want to talk to you for ages. Okay.
Thank you.
What is the coolest place that you flash mobbed in?
Ooh, the by the Mona Lisa. I think that was the coolest one.
Coolest instrument you can play?
The flute, obviously.
I thought it was going to be the flute. Coolest city you've performed in?
Oh my God, I've played in so many cities. The one that comes to mind is Austin, Texas, because I think it's just a really cool city.
Coolest snack?
I've had so many random like snacks from like all over the world. So probably something really weird that I don't know the name of from like the Philippines or something, you know.
Coolest takeaway.
Coolest takeaway. Can you have a cool takeaway? I guess some sushi because it was cold. So technically it counts as being cool.
Oh, temperature. I love it.
Yeah,
Getting
you know.
into detail. I love that. Coolest thing in your home.
Probably my number one
Yes. Round of applause for that,
back
please.
thing. It's kind of cool, I suppose.
Just kind of.
Just kind of cool.
Coolest side hustle / hobby.
Skateboarding.
Really? Are you a
Yeah.
skateboarder? He
Yeah.
was a skater boy.
Oh yeah.
I love that. Incredible. Coolest skateboarding trick you can do.
Cool skateboarding tricks probably would be like a hospital flip.
Coolest dance move.
The moonwalk.
Can you do the moonwalk?
I mean, when I was younger, yeah, very rusty moonwalk.
Coolest new song out right now.
Can I check my phone?
Nothing can beat Can't Even Hate You.
I mean, can't even hate you, obviously.
Duh.
Okay, fine. Fine.
Last one, coolest radio station.
Cool FM.
Thank you. Woo!
That was hard to get wrong.
Cian Ducrot, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Humongous congratulations on your #1 debut album and all of your latest singles since. Stream Can't Even Hate You out everywhere right now. Drop you a follow over on your socials as well because you've got a great sense of humour on there. Love it. Thank you so much, Cian.
Cheers. Thank you. Bye.
Woohoo!